Hello everybody, this is Tim Shorts of Gothridge Manor, and tonight I thought I'd do another review, another Shadowdark review. I guess I'm doing a series of these things. Over where I showed you where my Shadowdark shelf is, I have some adventures I plan to review in the future also, and some other accessory books like this one. So tonight I'm going to review the Player's Companion for Shadowdark. It is by Chubby Funster Games, Greg Christopher, and quick disclaimer, Greg and I are friends. We game together and hung out together online off and on throughout the years. So this is a unbiased opinion about it. I think everybody knows I will, if there's something in it maybe I'm not fond of, I would say it either way. But I think this is damn good. This is going to be a damn good companion, and Greg has a lot of different products out there for Shadowdark. If you go over to RPG or Drive-Thru right now and you go to the Shadowdark system tab there, you're going to find his stuff and 3 or 4, maybe more of his products in like the top 15, top 20 and stuff. So, and this one I think is the one I found that is most useful for me. And I have the PDF here. I also have the book. I have the paperback one, so I use both of them. Definitely go for both. So right now you can get this over Drive-Thru RPG. The PDF's $8 and the softback is $9, and the hardback is $15.12, and you get the PDF for free if you decide to do that. So yeah, there's no reason not to do. Just have to, when you try to find it in Drive-Thru RPG, make sure you add Player's Companion Shadowdark, because there's a shitload of just Player's Companions out there. So make sure you put in Shadowdark, and it'll definitely come up. It's already a gold seller on there. It's got good reviews. A lot of people are doing things with this thing, so I kind of want to go through it today. Let me see if there's anything. So Greg pretty much wrote the whole thing. He's got artwork from various artists, William McCausland, Gary Lacey, The Forge Studios, Dean Spencer. I'm looking for some other ones I know. Jay Sloan, Purple Duck Games, Mark, I think it's GDAC. And there's some more. So there's some artwork, but it all kind of fits in together. It's a very nice selection of some black and white artwork that kind of goes in with what's going on with them right now. Let's see, got last updated in June 19th, 2024. So yeah, let's go through this. So he, on his descriptions here, he's got alternate. We'll go through here on this then, since I have this up. So the first thing we have is backgrounds. He's got a new list, 20 backgrounds. Nice addition to what's already existing out there. And then, as what I liked up here, backgrounds represent your early life and experience. If your background would affect a particular check, the GM may grant you advantage on that roll. So always remember that. Now here's where, so we got a simple background table. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. This is where we start getting into a big hunk of meat into stuff. So Ancestries. He's got that many. I think there's 24. So there's 24 new Ancestries. This is like an overall list of what's available there. Some of them are some old, like AD&D or second edition. I don't know where all of them came from. I just remember some from first edition. They came down, and some of them are 5th edition or 4th edition, like the Dragonborn and whatnot. But so he's got like not just elves, but he's got dark elves and gray elves, and I think there's another snow elf. So and wood elf. So you get a whole bunch of different elves in here. I think there's 5 or 6. So you had a lot of variants. This table makes it easy. Kind of starts off with your languages, and then like their special trait that you get for playing that particular ancestry. And then he goes into more detail here, a little bit, a little flavor text for each one of them. But what he lists in this table is what is like in here. So like mercurial changelings can use innate illusion magic to change their facial features enough to be a perfect disguise. The changes remain in place until altered. They cannot use this ability again until they rest. And if you go up here to changeling facial illusion, so it kind of just abbreviates what their spatial or special trait is. So if you don't want to kind of read everything, you can kind of do a quick cheat sheet here and find what you want to do. And he's got a lot of cool ones, like the Deep Dwarf, 3 extra gear slots. You got the Deep Gnome, who is able to hide in almost any environment, and they gain advantage on all stealth checks. All good stuff. Void Ward. Now, not some of these I haven't read completely through, so some of these are going to be interesting. So, Dark Elves are highly resistant to magic spells, imposing disadvantage on spellcasting checks made against them. That's pretty cool. And you got your Dragonborn. It can breathe fire. Does 1d6 damage, and instead of taking a combat action. So you can go down through all these different ones and really add, if you really like a racially rich environment in your campaign, and you can add 24 new ones through here. Keep what you want, throw away the rest, and now let's go on to the classes. Now, you thought 24 Ancestries was a lot? How about 36 new classes? That's right, 36 new classes. That's a lot of classes. And Greg has done some really nice detailed work on all these. And as you can see too, he has copied the, this is inside, copied the trade dress of Shadowdark to a T. He's really paid attention to the details. Kept it simple, kept it clear, and kept it very accessible and easy reference. So, and then this is the cool thing too. He's got a D100 here, so you can randomly determine your classes. This will be nice for NPCs. I haven't used this yet, but I intend to, because I saw this before. I really like that he has all these here. Gives you the hit points, and then again the properties, the different things, traits that each one of them has in a glance. So yeah, 36 new ones. Let's take a look at the archer, because I used to love, there was an archer in Dragon magazine way back in the day. I don't know if I had the actual Dragon magazine that had it, but I had the Best of Dragon Volume 2 that had it, the archer in it, I believe. And I loved playing archers. Those were so much fun. But this is Greg's version. So they're D8, so they have same hit points as a fighter, but they're limited to chainmail max. And as far as melee weapons, club, a dagger, and a staff. So the first thing is you got a called shot. You can aim at a specific body part on a humanoid creature. You must make the choice before rolling the dice at a -2 penalty. Hitting a target below the waist prevents movement for 2 rounds. Hitting an arm will cause them to drop whatever they are carrying on that side. And hitting the head deals an extra 2 points of damage. I think that's great. Yeah, I think that's real cool. Draw +1 to attack and damage with a long bow or short bow. Makes sense. Your first 2 bundles of arrows don't consume gear slots. Perfect. And then taking cover. You impose disadvantage on ranged attacks or spellcasting checks targeting you with only 25% cover instead of the normally required 50%. So there you go. And then you got the archer talents. 2, learn to wear another type of armor or use a new weapon. And then let's go to the other extreme. Pick talent or improve stats by 2. So kind of your standards there. I like this one. Gain 3 hit points. +1 attack, damage with a short bow or long bow. So you have to distinguish between the two, and +2 between dexterity or wisdom stat. I don't know what the wisdom stat would do with them though. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anything special they would get with that, but I think it's a good build. It doesn't overpower the archer, but it gives them that distinct flavor and speciality that would make them pretty nasty in combat. So I thought he did a good job there. Now here's Assassin. Assassin's is one of those tricky classes because, you know, there's, like, I remember the old AD&D version, they had that percentage of just killing you outright. And usually you were probably playing an evil campaign if you were an assassin. So those were always tough to play because, let's face it, assassins usually aren't an adventuring class. They're more of a professional class that, you know, specializes in killing. So let's see here. So they get a club, a crossbow, dagger, short sword, and spear. Their top they can get is chainmail, d6 per level. Backstab. A target that is unaware of your presence takes an extra die of damage. As you gain in levels, add an extra damage die every 2 levels. Very cool. So I guess at second level you would be stabbing at 3 dice then. So because you would get 1 at first, 1 at second, so 3, and then 4 at fourth, 5 at sixth, and so on. Shadow, you get an advantage on all stealth checks. Add a extra +2 to stealth checks if you are motionless. You can move silently at half your normal speed. That makes sense. And then we have Venom. Venom. You carry a small pouch of poison in your belt. Free gear slot. You can spend 3 rounds applying it to a blade or crossbow bolt. This can also be performed at no time cost during a rest period. Your next attack deals an extra 1d4 poison damage. Okay, so it gives you a little bit of a stealth advantage, thief backstab, and then, of course, the poison definitely drives the deal home. It's very similar to the one above. New weapons or armor, stats on the end, and here you get, so Venom deals an extra point of damage. So I guess it's just +1 to damage there, and then of course +1 to attack, and then +2 to strength or dex. And let me look at one more here. We got Beastmaster, Berserker. Let's look at a spellcaster. I don't think we got we got a burglar. See, and then he's done a really good job of matching up the art to go along with the classes and everything. Let's go with Conjurer. Okay, so they summon and creation magic. So they're 1d4 normal, staff and dagger, pretty normal. That's a cool picture. I like that picture. Imps. You can create a small magical imp to serve you. They can perform basic tasks such as pick up objects, walk, and speak one language of the conjurer's choice. Imps fly at the conjurer's walking speed. They have 1 hit point and 10 AC, but will flee from combat if endangered. You can create 1 imp per level, and you take 1 damage if an imp is slain. Ooh, that can be nasty, especially when you got 1d4 hit points. Oh yeah, you don't want too many imps flying around you, and somebody casts a fireball and you lose all your imps, then you're going to be hurting. Scroll study. You can study a scroll for 1 day to learn it forever. Intelligence check. DC 15 makes sense. The scroll is consumed and doesn't count towards your known spell limit. Very nice. I like that. And then wizard spells. So they cast standard wizard spells. Gain known spells at each level on the chart of the next page. And again, it looks like the same kind of stat or talent kind of table. This one you got +1 to scroll study checks, bring it down to 14. You know, the stat bump, permanently cast a spell of your choice with advantage. That's always nice. Gaining an additional spell that doesn't count towards your limit, again, always good. And then pick a talent or improve a stat by 2 points. So all good. Then here's their spell casting table. I think it's pretty in line with the wizard one. Now let's go into the next section. Now you would think that, background and all those backgrounds, 24 backgrounds, 36 new, or 24 ancestries and 36 classes was enough. No, 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 no. No, no, no. The good stuff's coming up, guys. Because there's one thing Greg does better than everybody, and that's make equipment lists. The boy can make a good equipment list. And he breaks it down into an interesting way for a lot of minutia that you can add to the campaign. So let's go to the first section here. So now he goes into gemstones, and he breaks down the type of gemstones, and he breaks down, into trade bars. And I love this because it makes so much sense to the value and everything. And it's and he adds a table on there, which is pretty cool too. So you can, like, if you want to roll up a gem or some sort of treasure, roll a D100 and see what they got. And then he's got the gold piece value and how many are found, which is very nice. So he goes into here and he gives you small details about each one of those things. It's very concise, but very informational, easy reference, and you're going to be able to use this section a lot. This is the main reason why I bought this, because I always loved Greg. Greg's got this game called was it Ambition and Avarice that he did, and it's got one of the best adventure lists that's around. So it's worth the price of admission just for that, guys. Then he's added quite a few different weapons. He's got some of the same weapons as before, but he definitely adds some more weapons in there. So you've got a lot more weapons to go through than the original rule set. And then again, there is another short description of each one, and like I said, it's concise, so it's easy to reference and get information from. And I don't think he changes too much. Here's the sap. I was, or sometimes some people call them blackjacks. A weighted leather weapon specifically designed to knock someone's ass out. When used against an unaware combatant from behind, you must make a con check against a DC 12 or fall unconscious for 1d6 rounds. So you knock them out. Yeah, give them a goose egg on the back of the head. Perfect thieves weapon. I mean, if you got a thief in your party, instead of backstabbing somebody, the only thing I would have added on this is maybe a helmet roll, because if someone's wearing a helmet, maybe that would negate this ability or allow them to roll with advantage. But again, you can house roll that in. But I think that's how it was played in OD&D or something like that. I remember there was a rule like that for the SAP somewhere. But and then the next thing is armor. Now he's definitely expanded instead of beyond the 3. He's got the old brings in some old ones like studded leather, ring mail, scale mail, different sizes of shields, and then you've got the whole field plate, and then the full plate, which is your standard, I believe, plate mail, the way he's doing it. And he kind of follows through with the Shadowdark rules with, the lighter armors or mid armors. You get your dex mod, but the heavy armors, you don't. So then you got some descriptions here. Oh, you know what? And remember what I just said about the helmet rule and the sap? Guess what? He describes it right here in the helmet rule. So, so it gives you advantage on any check resist concussions, blasts, debris, falling. So he's got it there. So so as long as they know to look there, he's already accounted for it. And then you got the lamellar and then lamellar armor. Ooh, I'd have to look that one up. I don't know that one. So he adds more weapons and more armor. Now let's look at his adventuring gear. He's got, oh yeah, and then he had some different material in there. So it kind of gives gives a bonus for everything. I should have been using this for the campaign I've been running now, because I could have used this earlier in it, but I didn't get into it. Now, this is where Greg gets into all the doodads and details and stuff like that. Since it's a D100 table, I'm going to assume that he added 100 new things. He did. So yeah, you got a lot of different things here, guys. I guess some of the stuff that includes arrows, and I thought I saw bullets, caltrops, you got body paint. You can go through it, and pretty much anything you want is here. Here's a ladder from Matt Jackson. Then we have different locks. This is nice because it's good to have different levels of locks to secure your stuff, because not all locks were created equal. And he's got the gelled oil, so it sticks to you. So the lantern oil in this case is not probably going to what you want to throw. The gelled oil, I guess it's more like your Greek fire kind of thing. So, and rock worms, eats through rocks. He's got some fun stuff in here. So if you're looking to expand the very concise list in Shadowdark, to expand it here, man, you got so much cool stuff that you can add it into. And then again, here you go. You got the nice descriptions, how they affect things, right here in the descriptions, which is always helpful. I like that he has bandages. You bring bandage and it lowers the DC to 12 instead of 15. No, and it also grants advantage on top of it. I don't know, Greg. That sounds like you're trying to sissify the game there. I don't know. Yeah, just a lot of great content here, guys. All right, and then we get into another cool section where we have the plants and poisons. So it goes into details with a nice selection of different plants you can add into your game. I think this is one area that doesn't get explored enough in games, because I think it's so useful, and it really helps develop an area with maybe different types of fauna or plants or roots or herbs that you can put in there for alchemy or herbalism or some sort of spell component that enhances things. And Greg goes along down here and definitely expands the different plants and poisons. And then here we have some traps. So it gives you a handful of traps to use. These look like they're some simple traps that you could add into any campaign. Simple, like it looks like mechanical type traps in there, which are great. And then this is another fantastic addition Greg does. He does these spell catalysts. So these are, so if you're carrying around, let's see, let's just say you've got some bee brush. I have no idea what a bee brush is. Look at how many you're getting, guys. You're getting lots and lots of them. I'm going to say there's probably 85, 90 spell catalysts on top of it. And each one will affect a certain spell. And it tells you right, like in this chart, tells you what it spell effects, and then how many gear slots and the cost. So Greg's done all the hard work for you. Oh, looks like she's in trouble. All right, so just for example, so the bee brush helps with altered self. So a branch from the aromatic flower shrub. Okay, now I know what it is. If held while casting alter self, it consumes the idol and doubles the duration to 10 rounds. So there you go. Nice subtle enhancement on the spells. Let's look at, black currant. So you got a little yucky raisin in your hand. Hardy winter berry from a shrub grown in northern regions. If held while casting bless, it consumes the item and grants advantage whenever the blessed token is used. There you go. So he's got a whole bunch of these that can enhance spell casting. What's nice about this, guys? Now think of it like this. While you may have like a mage guild, and everybody wants to go freaking shopping. I mean, like Joe. I got Joe in my group. He would spend an entire session shopping if he could. I mean, I think he's inside. He's a 100-pound little white girl who's got a caramel latte in her hand and a purse swinging on her arm full of maxed out credit cards. I think that's what Joe is inside. But imagine going to the Mage Guild, and instead of how everybody wants to buy magic items, if you want to keep it a low but keep the magic or keep the Mage Guild maybe valuable without just selling magic, have them have some of these spell catalysts available, like some sort of vendor that has some of these things that could help. It's almost be what a farmer's market for wizards, so they can go get some fresh black currants and then they can whip out some blesses and whatnot. Get some cloves, get some stinky cloves, because then if you put that in a pouch, that pouch is going to smell like clove forever. And then I believe this is I think that's the last section there. So yeah, so it's a total of 113 pages. 114 pages was covers and stuff like that. But man, you get a lot of stuff in this book. It's definitely worth what is it? It's $9 for this. $9, and you get the PDF for free. And you get so much good content, and I mean it fits seamlessly into any of your Shadowdark campaigns. Like where Greg expands stuff, he doesn't do it in a way where it'd be difficult to fit into your campaign. Even if you have a very distinct campaign, there's so much of the stuff that would be usable in it. So, all right, I think I'm done shilling for Greg. He did not pay me for this, although I should charge him for this, but I just wanted to let everybody know. I mean, it seems like a lot of people know about this already. I mean, like I said, it's already a gold seller, but I hope it makes it up to a Damonite for him, or whatever the highest one is. I don't know. Yeah, I think a Damonite is. Or how do they adamantine, or I don't know. I can't remember how they say it there. I don't know how to say it the other way. So, but yeah. So there you go. Player's Companion for Shadowdark. Look it up on Drive-Thru RPG. Remember to add the Shadowdark on it because there's a shitload of player companions. And soft covers $9, hard covers $15, and you get the PDF with both of them. So stop listening to me and go buy it, guys. Thank you for listening. Hope you join back. I'm going to try to do some more Shadowdark reviews, and I hope you got a game going on and playing it. Get this book for it. All right, guys, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.